Hi everybody, Danny Hogger here, and also here's Tavis Beam, but I made him turn around because he's not part of this interview. It's all me. It's all right here. It's happening live.
Can I turn around now?
All right, fine. Yeah, so hey, while we were at the new teaching conference in Santa Clara that was put on by the California Teacher Association, I had a chance to talk to Jayson Chang. He's a history teacher, and he wants to talk to you about how teaching history thematically rather than chronologically can be an enhancement in the classroom. If you go to ctago.org, there's a lot of great conferences to go to if you're local, and if you're not, we've got a great series for you anyway, and there's tons of resources right here that can help in your classroom. We had a fun time.
We had a great time. And if you're interested in this and other great interviews with teachers, go back and check our old episodes and stay tuned for upcoming episodes.
Yeah, thank you Podbean for the bandwidth for this. You can find us at inspiringteachers.podbean.com. And if you're listening to that already, go to YouTube and watch the videos as well. There's a ton of great interviews. I also do a series on ampeduplearning.com with my history resources at the Hogger History Store. I have a book as well called The Broadcaster Secrets to Teaching. But with that, today's about Jayson Chang and teaching history. So shout out to all the social studies teachers. This one's for you. Welcome to Inspiring Teachers. I'm Danny Hogger. Tavis Beam's on vacation, which means he's actually 2 feet in front of me. He's just not on a microphone, so I thought I could joke around. And Jayson Chang's here to talk about teaching thematic history. Jayson, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Jayson, you're a local San Josean. Is there a word for people from San Jose?
You know what? It's really hard because I am actually not a native San Josean.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a Southern Californian.
How do you feel about San Josean? I think we could make it a thing.
I would like to say Bayesian, to be honest.
I don't think I can use that.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just say that you're from San Jose. And what part of Southern Cal were you from?
The San Gabriel Valley area.
This is very important that we clarify
Yeah.
everyone's origin city. I just need to create a map later. And so, anyway, Jayson, how long have you been teaching history for?
I'm in my 4th year.
Your 4th year. I'm in my 5th or 6th year. It'd be nice to know. But high school, middle school?
High school, 10th grade world history, 12th grade Gov Econ.
Nice. I did Gov Econ last year, and I do U.S. and world history. So we're having a little history chat here at the conference where you're presenting. And what is it that you're presenting on?
I'm presenting on teaching history thematically.
So tell us what that means for people who are listening and who maybe do or don't teach history. How is teaching thematically different from teaching chronologically?
You know, I think when we look at how we've always been teaching history as a content area, I think it's always been chronological, right? If you start off at the beginning of the school year, you might start from let's say 0 BCE, and then hopefully by the end of the school year, you might hit 1990, not 2020, just because...
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah, right, because there's just so much content area to cover. So actually starting my 2nd year of teaching, I decided to experiment with thematic teaching, right? And definitely not the first person doing it. I think I kind of got that inspiration from college. Right, because I would say most college-level history classes has always been taught thematically.
Yeah, so, even by course.
Yes.
You know, you might only get to a couple subjects in a course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so why not K-12? And I think really for us teaching history, right,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
special, unified, unique teachers of all the things you could teach,
Yeah.
but we teach history.
Yeah, and
go on. Sorry, I just wanted to milk that.
Oh yeah, no, and I would say for the two of us, for us teaching history, it's always oh my gosh, history's so boring. It's just memorizing names, dates, and facts.
It's a thing we get a lot day one, isn't it, in the door? So
right.
How does this help, and how does this address that in some way?
So for me, it's I think with thematic, it's a lot easier to make the content relevant to students, right? Because so it's not entirely getting rid of chronology, it's that chronology lives within themes, right? So I do, in my world history class, I would separate themes into progress, race, revolutions,
okay.
So that it also encompasses, especially for world history, I would say the content area really, since we teach in California, it's a very Eurocentric kind of thing, and really to reach more of our students.
Yeah.
I think thematic really allows us to spread it out more to our students, right? And making content, for example, revolutions, we teach world history, French Revolution, huge basis. But if I form something within the revolutions unit, so French Revolution is not necessarily just a focus, but we focus on things on Mexican revolutions, other Latin American revolutions,
yeah, you hit
Chinese
a whole
revolutions. Bunch. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it's something worth trying, and I've been doing it for the last 3 years, and I've been enjoying it a lot.
Very cool. How can one get started in looking at it? Are there some models, or are there some websites? Do you have any resources online that you think were valuable to you or that you've created? Or how does one begin if they're interested in maybe trying this out in their classrooms?
I would say it really starts with the course question. Right, and I think you really have to be able to see long term as to what you really ask the question: what do I want my students to get out of this course?
Good,
right, and then really start with unit questions, and then really backwards map your way through,
Right.
and then apply the content standards into
I
it
like that a lot.
afterwards.
So plan with the end in mind would be a good goal for teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I also love looking at current events that are about those themes and throwing those in to start the class too.
Mm-hmm.
Always answering the question, why are we learning this and why is this going to matter to me ultimately? Because that is a big hook in my classroom.
Yeah, and I would say that goes back into earlier today at the conference, like Nicholas Roney was talking about the why are we teachers, and I think we have to look back at also why is the content that we're teaching is relevant.
Sure.
Right, and it
Yeah.
always goes back into the why, and to our students is why am I learning this, and if they don't see the why at the end of the day, it's probably like useless content.
Very good. Jayson Chang, my final question for you then is, what is your why of teaching? Like, why do you go into the room and teach history every day? What's your motivation?
I think it's very canned, in a way. It's really to make it, social science teachers, I think, is to really make our students, down the line to be contributive members of society.
I agree.
And that's like a big basis of it.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for giving us some ideas, and maybe some teachers out there will think about teaching thematically or rearranging their content with the why and the end in mind. Thanks for being with us.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.